Hello, Colombo. Nice to see you all. So, before we start off our fireside chat, I'm just curious to understand how many of you, by show of hands, are attending their first TEDx event or first TEDxColombo event? Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, interesting. So, Will, it might be good to start off with what is TED and what is TEDx all about, right? For so many of us, so many of people here may not kind of have that understanding.
Sure. So TED is a small non-profit organization anchored in New York, and it's been running since 1984. You might be familiar with the talks that are published from its conference once a year, and those talks have been released online since 2006. When they went online first, they became quite a sensation, and so many people wanted to organize TED-like events around the world. The company decided to do something quite radical and give away its most valuable asset, its brand and its identity, for free to anyone, anywhere in the world, to host events in local languages, in any context, to advance ideas worth spreading from their communities. Because TED could never discover the ideas that were happening in every community in the world. And so the TEDx program was born in 2009, which allowed anyone to do that. And TEDxColombo is an example of that, and quite a powerful one that has been setting a standard for events in South Asia since it began.
Yeah, I think a question, Will, that we usually get from people, a lot of people who have not attended TEDx events before is, how is TEDx different? How is TEDx as an event different compared to the usual industry events or the usual seminars that we attend? So that's something that we get a lot. So it might be interesting to ask you to explain how TEDx is different.
Sure. Well, one thing that you'll notice today is that there's a lot of partners, a lot of partnering organizations that have supported making this event happen. But none of those partner organizations will be able to speak from this stage. So one of the things that really differentiates a TEDx event from any other kind of conference or industry event is the independence of its stage. So anything that you see on stage today will have been selected, fact-checked, and researched by the volunteers who organize this event, without a profit motive, without a political motive, without a religious motive. It will be content that you can trust as it's independent. And so one of the biggest differences is that that independence brings integrity to its stage.
Yeah. And I mean, you've been doing this for a very long time. You've been traveling all across the globe, attending TEDx events, watching different talks.
Sure.
What are some of the things that you've learned doing this over the years and working with so many TEDx's?
Sure. It's always a fun question to summarize 11 years of work just offhand. One of the things that I would say is that TEDx is a volunteer community. And so it's an incredible privilege to meet so many people who share the same ideals and the same pursuit that you do. Because in a very cluttered and noisy world, to find people who are truly curious and looking to celebrate what they know is the power of their community, what they see in their backyard, is an incredible privilege. One of the things that I've taken away is that, it's for something great to happen, good intentions are essential. It's not necessary for something, really powerful to happen without good intentions. But without them, nothing truly wonderful can come about. And so the intention behind TEDx events, seeing volunteers bring something together, is something that we realized there was no way that any other platform, any other event could actually create the kind of impact that's been created by TEDx without starting from that place of passion. And so that would be something. Good intentions are not essential to start something, but it's essential to start something meaningful.
Yeah, and I think we've with that intention itself, we started organizing TEDx a very long time ago, TEDxColombo 2010, if that is the first time we got the license. And it's become a long way there. You've been to our event once before, 2016 event, where you physically attended it, and we're grateful to have you here today, physically attending our event as well.
Grateful to be here.
How have you seen TEDxColombo as an event, as a community, grow over these years, and the kind of the impact that that has made?
Sure. Well, it's one thing to attend one other physical event, but also to be watching the community grow remotely. So to be able to see and talk to the organizers, to learn from year to year what's changing, what's developing. But I haven't really seen it grow from talking to TEDxColombo. I've seen it grow from who I've heard about TEDxColombo from. So other organizers within our network. Like the introduction video said, the community is active in over 170 countries. And so hearing from so many different points on the globe, people refer to TEDxColombo, to refer to some of the talks that have come from it. You know, there was a talk by Ahsoka in 2016 about transparency, and hearing the narrative and the appreciation that was put towards featuring talks of transparency in 2016 was incredible. To hear that echoed in places like Norway, and to hear that echoed across South Asia. And then to speak to people and hear about Smriti Daniel, and hearing from organizers that they learned of how much effort the team here put to drag someone who didn't want to speak on stage to amplify their work.
Yeah, that brings back memories.
Yeah, it's incredible to learn of the impact that the community has had through hearing it from other people around the world. Not connected in any way to Sri Lanka, not connected to the internal events of it, but for them to learn about Colombo and to learn of TEDxColombo as sort of a beacon that they want to emulate. That's been truly, mesmerizing.
That's a lot of strong words coming from you, and I think that really, that's really going to inspire everyone working towards this event. The team, the volunteers, the partners, everyone else, to bring out more impactful, more ideas from different parts of the community and from ideas that have not really been addressed so much out there, but they need to be addressed. They need to have a stage, and speakers who are really working on those ideas to, really get that stage that they deserve. So I think we have a long lineup of speakers and performers, and we will thank you so much, Will, for
Thank you.
Being here and for having this conversation. And enjoy the show.
Thank you for coming.
And enjoy the show, everyone else.